alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My dear brothers and sisters, welcome to this new episode on the go. With me today, Mr. Michael Lublin, a respected Jewish businessman, a humanitarian, global humanitarian activist, and we start by the beautiful event of Muslims coming to the synagogues, at least in Toronto, 7 synagogues, and guarding them because of the hate lava that erupted, and the volcano erupted, the lava of hate causing the massacre in Pittsburgh. And we know that Allah, the Creator, said in the Holy Quran, وَمَنْ أَحْيَاهَا فَكَأَنَّمَا أَحْيَا النَّاسَ جَمِيعًا. Whoever helped saving one soul as if they saved all mankind. And speaking of that, also Mr. Michael helped saving lives by at least raising $1 million for the Rohingya, those who are oppressed and those who are suffering. But for us today, Mr. Michael, if you just can shed the light on that massacre and the reaction from the Jewish community.
Thank you very much, Imam. Imam, first of all, it's such a pleasure to be here with you, standing with such a great person as yourself who does so much for humanity. As you know, the massacre in Pittsburgh was one of the worst days ever in the history of the Jewish people, one of the worst days in the history of American Jewry, and one of the worst days in the history of America. It's also one of the worst days in the history of the world. An attack against our Jewish brothers is an attack against our Muslim brothers. An attack against our Muslim brothers is an attack against Christianity. An attack on any human being is an attack on all human beings. And it was a terrible, terrible time. And this past Sabbath, thousands of Muslims from the Greater Toronto area convened upon 7 synagogues, and they wrapped those synagogues hand in hand, arm in arm, in peace circles and peace rings. And as the Jewish worshippers came in, those peace rings provided such a sense of security, comfort, solace, that it's beyond words. The Jewish community was so moved, so deeply, deeply moved. People were in tears, and in fact it brought the Muslim community into tears. Yet two of the world's greatest people, two of the world's greatest communities were literally in tears, arm in arm, telling each other how much they love each other, and not to worry. Jewish people, don't worry, because your Muslim brothers and sisters are here for you. Whatever you need, this is the word that went out. Whatever you need. If you're afraid to come to the synagogue, call us. We'll be there. We'll guard the synagogue. We'll guard you. If it's food, if it's money, and as I'm sure you know, Brother Imam, that the Muslim community in Pittsburgh raised over $200,000, and my understanding is, if I'm not mistaken, the figure's getting close to like $1 million for all the funerals and for whatever else the families that are left behind, whatever they need. This is so remarkable. We live in a world with so much hatred today. There's so much darkness, but out of that darkness can come such a great, great light. And my emphasis and my job is to tie tie very, very tight the bond or the binds that bond us together as two peoples into one people. And I can only say from the depths of my heart, thank you, Imam, thank you, community, thank you, Muslims, brothers and sisters. And just thank everybody for the goodness that came out of the massacre in Pittsburgh.
No cheap talk, no cosmetic talk. May Allah, the Creator who created us all, bless Canada, protect Canada, because we have a good country, good communities. Canada is the cream of the creams of the world, and we make the world. Thank you very much, Mr. Michael, and rest assured that we do believe firmly whoever saved one soul as if they saved all mankind. And